Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. If you are a price action trader, you need to watch this video and you're going to learn a whole lot from it, because there are little things that might you might miss while drawing your trend lines and your support and resistance zones. Like, you need to put those things on the chart to enable you do your analysis. Without having those things on the chart, your analysis will not be, you cannot successfully analyze the chart as a price action trader, guys. All right, so I want to be showing you something. First of all, we're going to be looking at this particular pair here, Drift Switch Index 10, and we are on the daily time frame. This is one of the recent pairs that has been added to the Reef. All right, if you trade on the Reef, you'll see this particular pair and several other pairs that have been added recently. All right, so now let me just show you something very quick, which I want you to learn, to watch this video to the end so that you can learn and try to apply them whenever you're going to analyze the chart. All right, so the first thing is, when you look at the market and you see the market was selling nicely, and like what is happening here, you see the market was selling from here. You see, then it started creating lower highs and lower lows like this. Now just take note of the fact that the market is creating a new structure right here. This is a new structure, although the overall movement of the market for a long time now has been bearish. Like from here, this is the month of June. From June, July down to this September has been bearish, but this structure alone here, it's outstanding at this point. So what would you do? What do you want to see it? What you do is to quickly mark out that structure that is formed, that looks like an impulsive correction. Guys, you just pull out your trend line, you draw it, you draw this, just join the highs and wait. Just watch what I'm going to do, guys. All right, so I'll duplicate this line to place it, to mark the support side of it. All right, where is okay, I think that's correct. All right, so the next thing you will do is, once the market starts creating this movement, there is a possibility that it is reacting to a previous support turn resistance zone, like right here. Let me get the arrow line too. Like right here, you can see the market came back here. This way it started forming that pattern. So it came back again and retest. It means that along this place there is a strong zone around it. You understand? So you have to zoom out a bit, then try to trace that zone. Try to trace if there was a previous support zone that turned resistance, or there's a previous resistance zone or key level there in the market. So you zoom out, then you go far back and try to trace, and you can see there was a very nice support zone there, okay, level previously. I would want to use the horizontal line to mark. You can see this, guys, very perfect. You can see that this shows that market actually bought from this same zone. So you can see that market actually sold from this zone. Look at this. This is the daily time frame. You can see the rejections here. Initially, when the market wanted to buy, it was rejected, and finally but above this zone, came back and did a retest and continued buying to the upside. All right, so you can see the same thing happened here. Market, on getting back to the same zone, you can see it bought back to the upside. It broke through the zone, came back to retest and continued selling. All right, and also, guys, some of you might even forget about these videos. When I post them, is for you to consume them. Try to practice what you see, because things I teach you, they are always happening on the chart. Only that some of you are not consistent. You keep watching so many videos and keep on distracting and contradicting stuff for yourself, and you will see one and you say is no, this one is best, and you go for that one. You are not even focused on that. You leave it, run to another one. You keep on blowing up your account and losing money to the market every day. Losing is a normal thing, but if you keep on losing money, then trading is not for you. If you keep on losing money more than how much you make, how can you be funding your account since January till September and you've not withdrawn anything? Guys. So for example, now this look at, there's a setup right here. This is one of our setups. Sorry, we'll continue with what I wanted to show you. I just noticed this. This is one of our strategies right here on this chart. Now, all right. So let's say you saw this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is our continuation setup, guys. A continuation, though, yeah, of course, I told you there is continuation in reversal strategy. You can look at it here. Market sold nicely, then broke out again, continued selling, broke out and continued selling very nicely. And where is it retesting? There was a breakout and a retest. The retest happened where? Just this zone. This zone where market has been selling from, this thing requires practice, guys. Once you see it, you can make your money. And if you're able to even identify it well, I think I will do another video to really teach you how to draw trend lines. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This will give you a more better entry for this particular setup. With this setup, you can see a more better entry. Which zone highs are you considering? These highs, the market started creating higher highs from this point. Look at the first high here, the second high, and this is the third high, but this is the fourth high. So on market getting to this trend line again, what happened? You can see this is where the real sale started, which means if you can just follow up with these things, mark up your zones correctly, you can always get the entry at a sniper. And this is a daily time frame, guys. This is a daily time frame. So you see, even if you drew this one first, then the market sold down to this level and moved up to this level here, then you also mark this one. Or let's say you are finding market somewhere around here, putting this trend line here and also putting this one here is a kind of a confluence. Gives you more confidence that the market is going to sell, because we are expecting the market to sell from this trend line. So this one is just almost like market touching this particular trend line, but it has already touched this particular trend line. As you look at the rejection from this point, the market sold, did a retest at this point, then sold nicely to the downside. Nicely, it has been selling till where we had the current structure we're looking at, guys. So it's very important. So like I'm sharing this one, I'm sharing here this tips I want to be showing you guys today. Just try to practice it and be patient. Don't be in a hurry to make money, else you keep on losing them. At the end, you will say Forex is a scam, nobody's making money, everybody is a scam, all the stuff. It doesn't make sense, guys. Doesn't make sense. All right, so now look at this current structure that I marked. After marking it, let me just zoom in so we can see clearly. You can see what we marked, just these lows, mark this low and this highs, and you see we have a channel pattern right here. Now what's the importance of the channel pattern? What does it tell us? It tells us the market, sorry, descending channel, which is the same thing as which is actually in an impulsive correction, indicates the market will possibly be buying to the upside much later, not now. So the market will be buying at a later point, not immediately. So what are we going to do now? Once you see this, you go down to a lower time frame, go to the 4-hourly time frame. On this 4-hourly time frame, I don't know if I will want to go down below this 4-hour time frame, lower than this 4-hourly time frame, because there's something I want to show you here on this chart that is very important, very, very important on this 4-hourly time frame. Now, guys, look at this. Let me just adjust this trend line to touch the highs perfectly well. Good. Now, there is something you need to check out, guys. You see what happened here? The market sold. The market, after selling to this trend line, it bought here, sold back to this trend line, it bought up to this point. Now it's selling. Where is it going to? Where is it heading to? Where is it heading to? This same trend line is where it is heading to, guys. You should expect it to come back here to do the take touch. So if you can get an entry at this point, then there is a very high chance that you will also you're making so much profit on the chart. This is the 4-hourly time frame, guys. This is the 4-hourly time frame. And also, you'll be seeing, because you might draw, you will notice this also. You can see market has been rejecting this zone, then it broke, finally came up again, continued rejecting. Let me show you one other thing that will make you lose money if you are not you mark your zone right here. You mark like this to be your zone. Like market has been rejecting on this zone, then it finally broke above, consolidated here, then came back to this same zone. Yet it broke to the lower side. Now let me just tell you that once there is a consolidation, when the market breaks out, there is a chance that the nearest resistance zone can stop it, and there is a chance that the nearest resistance zone cannot stop it, depending on the structure you are seeing. Because, for example, now you can see after this consolidation here, this is a very strong consolidation. This may have taken about 2 to 3 days to complete. This is a 4-hourly time frame candlestick. 6 candlesticks make a day, so I think this should be up to like 15 candlesticks, almost 3 days, and then the market finally sold down. How will you know that the market is going to break this resistance zone, this support zone here? Because you will see market has been selling to this point, selling and buying, selling and buying. So this is what you're going to do, because you'll be expecting the market to buy. Since there's been rejections here, market should possibly reject here also. Now let me show you something, guys. Now look at this. If you place a trend line here, you will notice that this market, what we have here, is absolutely in line with what we have here. This is just a horizontal support. Let's duplicate this line and place it somewhere here that you can, so that you can see, guys. Now, what can you see now? This is the actual support. I mean, I should maybe I should increase the thickness of this line to make it look a bit different. Okay, it's already in 3 pixels. Let me make it 4 pixels and possibly change the color to gold. I think that's okay. So you look at this. What is this, guys? You can look at this. This, you are joining from the wicks. To avoid confusion, let me take out this particular horizontal rectangle. All right, so you can see this is where the market bought from this trend line, came back, bought again from this trend line, then went up. Now you can see that the market also reacted to this trend line here at this point, then came back to react on this same trend line. Now, if you were putting your eye only on the horizontal support, you will be betrayed by the market. You will feel betrayed just because you did not notice that there is another support here. You cannot just be drawing the horizontal support and just think it's all. That's not all. You check, the market might be forming a kind of a dynamic support or a dynamic resistance. So you can see what the market did. The market was buying from this trend line, you see, and on market coming back, it did not get back to this zone here. Usually we'll expect a retest on this same zone, but the market did not get here. Instead, it followed the trend line we drew, and you can see it came back to this trend line. It's been respecting this trend line. You can see each time it comes, it rejects. Are you following me? Now, I mentioned something. Meanwhile, you can see that after market got to this, each time market gets to this trend line, there is always a rejection, and that rejection makes the market buys. It makes the market to buy. For example, this first rejection here made the market to buy. You see this bullish candlestick. On coming back to this same trend line, you see this bearish, bullish candlestick that actually closed as a wick, very long wick down, well indecision they call it. You can see after this candlestick, the market still bought. After this week again, the market still bought. But the next time the market came again, they did not even drop a wick. That is when you will know that the market is not going to, may not possibly respect this zone that you marked on the horizontal. You see, it broke through this zone nicely and then closed on this previous support zone. So what would you expect the market to do? The market is going to sell. And also, let me show you guys something else. I want to duplicate this line too and place it on top. Let me show you something else, guys. Guys, see this. This is superb, guys. I'm showing you guys some powerful things to look at on the chart, not just drawing lines anyhow. All right, so you can see this, guys. Market at this point was respecting this resistance line here, this trend line as a resistance. It was respecting it. You see each time market got to this resistance, this trend line, it was rejecting and selling. And to make it even easier, on getting to this, to make it even better, I mean, like I said, you would have gotten your entry at this point. Now look at this. At this point, the market got to this trend line. On getting to this trend line, it started rejecting and closed with the bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. You see it closed with the bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So usually, if you notice that the market, each time it gets to the trend line, it sells, it rejects. Each time it gets to the trend line, it rejects. So you can easily just wait for the market to touch the trend line. Once it touches the trend line, you go in for a sell. Once it touches the trend line, you go in for a sell. Since this thing has been happening previously, and on this 4-hourly time frame, meaning this may have been happening for the past few days, for maybe like the past 1 or 2 days, then you will know the market on getting to this same line, it will reject and continue selling. So you can easily enter your trade on the market touching the trend line, then you put a little stop loss above, then wait for the market to sell. Your target will be this trend line. Your target will mostly be this trend line, and you can see the market will nicely do that. But this time around, on touching this trend line, you can see the market sold nicely, and on getting to this trend line, there was no indication the market was going to reject this zone or was going to change direction to continue to start buying again. But instead, it closed bearish below that trend line. So that is why the market continued selling. That is exactly why the market continued selling up to this point, and its target is where? The target is this trend line here, guys. These are the little things you need to check, because most times if you were asked to draw a resistance zone, I believe your resistance zone would have been something like this here. would have been something maybe like this. You would want to consider these cells, the cells at this point. Then some of you will be confused that you'll even try to do two resistance zones. Put another one right here. You see, it's wrong, guys. It's wrong. So once you are marking a resistance zone horizontally, however you mark it, try to check if you can also draw it with a trend line too. If you can draw it, and you will see that most times it will help you in your entries, because there are some strategies that sometimes you wait for the market to get to a particular zone so you can get an entry, and the market never gets to that zone. It is because of a trend market observed from, and you are not able to observe it, guys. It is things like this, because usually if you wait for the market, I think there's the video I posted, I shared yesterday with you guys. That video where I marked my trend line, where I took my trade, was not actually on the horizontal support that I marked. Is from the trend line. It's from the trend line. And if you know that this can give you some, if you know this can give you some good profit within this few days, if you are a good scalper, if you are finding this consolidation in a higher time frame, just draw trend lines, guys, and wait for the market to get there. Once it gets to that zone, get an entry and wait for the market to go up. You scalp and leave the market. Wait for it to get to the next trend line. You scalp and you leave the market. You can make thousands of dollars with just this particular consolidation right here, depending on your account size. You can make so much money within this consolidation if you have a good money, like a good account size. Even if you have $100, you can flip it up to $1,000 if you can trade with full margin and you're not scared. Because there are times the market will give you conditions that you make, that are you match up with what you know, and you see it works perfectly well. When you see that opportunity, you have to go in. You have to go all in. Don't be scared. If you are scared, you can never be profitable trading, guys. All right, so these are the little things I wanted to share with you guys. This thing happens on different time frames. You always try to draw your trend lines. Once you notice the market has created a high, another high, draw a trend line. Now, for example, you can see most times you draw a trend line, and okay, market formed higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Then you might join some points, and you see some points do not join. That do not get to that same line. Now, do not forget, there is one thing that happens, that the market must come back to retest that line. If the market ever breaks out of a particular zone, there is always a retest that happens, even if not immediately. It might happen in the next 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks, and most times the retest might happen on a lower time frame. There must be a retest, especially if there was a previous consolidation around that zone, guys. All right, so lines like this, so you may need to draw those lines and just keep them. Just draw those lines and keep, and wait for market to get there anytime you want to get there. So whenever the market gets to that particular line, just observe the price action there. If it gives you if it gives you an indication it's going to reverse, then you enter to trade the reversal. But if it gives you if it breaks above and comes back to retest on that same line, then you can trade the continuation, guys. All right, so it's very simple. It is very, very simple. It's not difficult. Just try to observe these things, draw your trend lines after marking your horizontal support and resistance, and follow simple instructions. Do not be too difficult with yourself while trying to trade to make money, guys. All right, so I think this video is already too long. I was thinking it's going to be something like 7 minutes video, but I'm sorry about that. But I just hope you've learned something from what I've shared with you, and I believe this will also help you, to make your trading decisions more better. And I just hope you'll be profitable. So if you are watching my video for the first time, like this video, subscribe to this channel, share your thoughts in the comment section, click on the link in the description to join my Telegram channel, so you can also get my direct contact to reach me if you need any mentorship, because most of this little stuff I share them with my students when I have mentorships. I share them with my students. So it's just once in a while I decide to share this kind of stuff with you and with everyone on Telegram. Sorry, on this YouTube channel, guys. So if you want to get the whole nitty-gritty of my strategies, the continuation and the reversal, and even the new one I'm cooking, guys, just try to enroll in my mentorship to help yourself on time. All right, we have to end this year big, guys. We have to end this year big. All right, so till my next video, stay blessed and peace out.